here we are. This is Sex Love Psychedelics, and I'm your host, Dr. Kat. Bringing you psychosexual conversations that will leave you intellectually turned on and hungry for more.
You validate their experience, which is really important, and you're not necessarily confirming that it happened. And the nuance of that is really important because we do know how many people who've experienced sexual trauma have not been believed.
Oh, it's the biggest question of all, Kat. How do my ethic as a human being and as a survivor is to believe survivors, to believe people when they talk about their experience. But when a client comes to you and says, I don't know if I believe this. I have seen people harmed. I have had clients come to me after having seen other providers that said, absolutely, this happened to you and you need to go and confront so-and-so. And that's not even where they were, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen a lot of really harmful intervention around this. I've also had clients who have been told, literally told by people at retreat centers, there are no such thing as recovered memories. Just go back and lay on your mat, see what else the medicine tells you. So I've seen every kind of, I've now worked probably about 20 different cases of this phenomenon of recovered memories. And 20 is a good enough number to really see how diverse these cases can be and the different ways people can really suffer in the absence of previous knowledge. So it's a really, really complex issue. And I hope my book will outline things that are useful for people because there's so few blueprints about how we approach this.
Yeah, there are. And it starts with having these conversations. It starts with that article that you published years ago. It starts with this so that we can at least have this in our awareness and recognize that we're not alone in that, which is at the core of trauma. Is like I was alone in this and we still are in a sense, but there's something powerful about knowing that there's collective or there's community or there's other people that are seeing it. You know, somebody's listening to our conversation right now and feels like they can connect. Like, oh, there's another experience out there that sounds like mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's a resource.
The cruelest paradox of all relational traumas is that they are relational by nature. They occur between you and another person, you and a family, you and sometimes a whole community, but you are left feeling completely alone. So our nervous system does not know what to do with the contradiction of our need for connection and our need for safety when we have been harmed by people, particularly those who were supposed to protect us or at minimum not harm us.
Yeah. And so these new experiences can contribute to the rewriting of that internal belief that it's not safe.
Yeah, well, I think, that's hopefully our therapeutic experiences. And I don't just mean with a therapist, but I also mean in loving relationships.
Right.
Help us to heal relational harm because our bodies can actually learn what it is to receive love.
Yeah.
And I think love is a really big part of this. I mean, it's the word that is, there's a few, I always joke, there's like a couple of dirty words in psychedelics, and one of them is recreational. And the other is love. I mean, there are a lot of good reasons that we are cautious with the word love in clinical contexts. Again, because I think there's a fear that it could be misunderstood, that it could be misconstrued, that it could actually be harmful to people. But the truth is, a lot of us carry a lot of wounding around love.
Yeah.
And if we
really, we're starting another episode in 5 minutes all about the wounding of love.
Our wounding around love, right? I think if we think about psychedelics and love, one of the one of the universal experiences of psychedelics, almost all psychedelic experiences with any medicine, anywhere you take them, if it's done with intention. So I don't mean to say that you might feel love, right? In a party context, lots of people do. I mean, a lot of the experience of festival culture really is feeling connection and love to other people through the psychedelic experience. And I don't want to diminish that, but I mean it more intentionally. Like when we bring an intention to connect with our hearts, it is nearly universal that we gain access to a really big expression of love, a tender expression of love, a vulnerable and expansive expression of love. And that expression of love goes with risk, because it is risky to tell someone we love them. It is risky to open our hearts. And I think actually our psychedelic work can help us to step into the bravery that's needed to take that risk and truly connect to other beings, because it is the thing that is needed for us to heal, right? It's for ourselves, but it's also for our collective selves. Yeah. The more connected we are to other people, the more healed we are to other people, the more love we can feel for people we haven't even met and care. That actually will change our culture. That will build a more loving reality. So I'm very cautious about not going on podcasts and being the like psychedelics are going to save the world person, because I think they're, like many things, neutral agents that can be used for tremendous good, and they can also be used for harm.
Sure.
And I think when we come with that intention to access deeper states of love, that possibility is right there for us. That invitation is right there for us. Should we choose to take it.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. Thanks for tuning in, lovers. And if you want to experience more ecstasy and sexual liberation, head over to sexlovepsychedelics.com and learn about how you can join me for any one of my online or live events. And while you're there, grab my free guide on sex and psychedelics. Remember, this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please contact your healthcare provider and local law before pursuing any of the products or psychedelics discussed. And one final note here. I make this show specifically for you. If you're loving the show, then be sure to leave me a review in iTunes or Spotify to let me know. Happy to be here and happy to serve. I'll see you next time on Sex, Love, Psychedelics.